Bonsoir. Merci d'être ici. Thank you for being so many of you. I mean, it's in English, right, tonight, yeah. I must say that doing my job is quite a pleasure since a long time, and doing it with the team of FIAF is even more of a pleasure, and it's a renewed pleasure for 2 years. I want to thank Marie-Monique and Lily Chopra, who's an incredible cultural director and has a beautiful team around her that's been helping us to perform this project. What happened here is really a performance. I mean, we decided, this is a long time, I was dreaming that Raymond Depardon would come back to New York years after he did a very important project in 1981. He was sending a picture a day to the newspaper Libération as he was spending the summer in New York City. And at the time, there was no digital. We're not in the digital years, sounds like, you know, dinosaur. But he had to put the print in the Concorde, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not telling you the whole story, we don't have the time. But it was a real performance in itself to make sure it would appear in the newspaper. Libération at the time was the new left-wing newspaper. Mitterrand had just been elected. You'll see one sample downstairs that say the banks are going to be nationalized. And there was a very clever team at Libération, including a very clever photo director called Christian Cojol. And prior to Raymond coming to New York City, for reasons we'll talk about later, Christian Cojol and Raymond said, you know, why don't you send us a postcard every day? So they did it. They had a full page every day in Libération with a postcard. But Raymond was at the turn of his career. He started at 14 years old as an apprentice. He grew up in a farm. He wanted to do photography, left the farm, was an apprentice in Villefranche-sur-Saône, Chalon-sur-Saône, no, Villefranche-sur-Saône, sorry. And then he moved to Paris at 18 and started for an agency Dalmast to do celebrities and soon wars, and did the kind of a high road of a photo reporter. In the 80s, he felt that he had to go to a new distance in his photography. And this is very much when he and Christian Cojol say, you know, why don't we do this project? What was the difference? Well, the difference was that he was going to shoot with nothing happening in front of him. There was no news, not necessarily an event. It's only the eye of the photographer by its own frame that would decide something would become a picture. And still, he was shooting black and white, Leica, street photographer at the time. This was a very influential piece that when it ran in Libération, it has influenced many young photographers. It was certainly a turn in French photography. French photography was perceived so far as humanistic, post-war humanistic photography. After Raymond Depardon and Correspondance New-Yorkaise in Libération, the French photographers started to think protocol. This is why we have this program here at the FIAF called the French Protocol. So I always had in mind that the one that invented the French protocol should come and do something here. And this is, I've known Raymond, actually I've known Raymond since 1991 when I was an assistant at the FNAC in France, and we had the chance to do his first show, believe what it was, the Correspondance New-Yorkaise, which also was Raymond's first show. Now, years later, Raymond had a grant to travel France for 6 years and go and see these places in France that may be forgotten, which are suburban villages. And he decided to do it not with a Leica black and white, but with a large format camera, color, with a tripod. And this became an incredible project called La France that was exhibited in the National Library. There's a book, there's a film that some of you may have seen the other night. And it's, again, a photographer that reinvented himself. So this is months that I was saying to Raymond, why don't you come and see New York again? And would you see New York again in color with a large format? And, you know, Raymond is an incredibly busy man, doing a lot of films, doing a lot of photographic projects, lots of beautiful books. And suddenly he told me a few weeks ago, oh, you know, I'm going to finish my film on time to be at Cannes. Maybe I'll be selected. He's been on a special invitation. So the film will be screened at Cannes in 2 weeks from now. But I have a sort of slot, which is around the French elections, that I could go to New York and do Correspondance New-Yorkaise #2. I say, wow. So at once I called Marie-Monique and Lily, who was incredibly reactive people, and they called a couple of sponsors in, and we called Picto, who is here with us. I said, you know, guys, are you able to react on the spot and produce a picture a day, large format, process everything, print everything, scan, send to Libération, have the show ready at the very end, just after the last picture was taken? And they said, yes. So we called Libération and say, are you ready to go for it? And they said, you know, though we're electing a president, all the pages are requested for the elections, you know, Marine Le Pen. And they said, yes, we love it. And I mean, actually, when it was finished yesterday, they were telling us, oh, we feel lonely, we wanted to go on. Anyway, so we're going to talk about this, and I would like you to welcome Raymond Depardon, which is one of our best French photographers and acclaimed film director. We have director's chairs. We're not going to talk about everything about Raymond, because I mean that could take us a few weeks. He's done such a production in his life, both photography and films. But I think we're going to focus on this project. My first question will be, has New York changed? Est-ce que New York a changé?
Oui, bien sûr. Il a changé plutôt en bien, bien sûr, mais c'est vrai que le premier jour, je crois que j'ai écrit dans le texte de Libération que, un petit peu par défi, j'ai dit New York n'a pas changé. Mais c'est vrai qu'il a changé dans beaucoup de détails.
Yes, of course, New York has changed, and for the most part for the good. But when I started on the very first day of shooting, I made it sort of a challenge. I said, well, when I wrote to Libération, no, it hasn't really changed that much. Only in the details.
Mais il y a 35 ans, c'est vrai que je marchais beaucoup.
And 35 years ago, I walked around a great deal.
Et c'est vrai que le défi de faire cette correspondance avec la Chambre, même avec Chloé qui m'accompagnait, nous étions à deux, c'était difficile de marcher pendant des heures.
And 35 years ago, I walked around a great deal, but this time, because the camera is a large format camera, even with Chloe, we were a team of two, it really wasn't as easy to walk around as it had been in the past.
C'est toujours une ville très très photogénique, bien sûr, vous le savez.
Of course, it's always been and still is a very photogenic city, as you know.
Peut-être qu'elle est encore plus mondialisée qu'avant.
And perhaps it's a little more global than it was before.
Je me souviens qu'il y avait des Européens et des Sud-Américains, il y a 35 ans.
And I remember 35 years ago, there were the Europeans and there were the South Americans.
Et là, il y a encore plus de monde qui vient de partout.
And now there are people who come from everywhere.
Et c'est vrai qu'on peut voir une photo toutes les minutes.
You could really take a picture every minute.
Et dans l'idée du projet de François,
and in the idea of the project that François had,
de faire ça avec le grand format, c'est pas inintéressant parce que au moins toutes les photos anecdotiques, on peut pas les faire.
And when François had the idea that we do this with a large format camera, suddenly all these anecdotal photographs that we took became impossible.
Parce que en fait, par jour, je faisais 6 photos.
Because each day I was able to take 6 photos.
Ça fait pas beaucoup.
Which isn't very much.
Surtout que voilà. Et donc, mais c'est ça l'idée aussi peut-être encore plus forte de la carte postale.
But this is maybe even a more strong or stronger idea of what a postal card is.
Et c'est vrai que je maîtrise bien ce format, le large format.
And I've really developed a great skill with this particular format, the large format.
Mais il y a deux façons de s'en servir.
And there's two ways you can use it.
On peut passer 2-3 heures à faire une photo.
You can spend 2 to 3 hours taking a photo.
Aller dans les Rocheuses ou au bord de la mer.
Go to the mountains, go to the seashore.
et attendre.
And wait.
Comme un peintre. C'est vraiment le format. C'est vraiment le format de Cézanne.
This is really the format that Cézanne used when he painted.
Oui, pour la Sainte Victoire.
For Sainte Victoire, for example.
C'est-à-dire, on peut y passer toute sa vie avec cet appareil.
You can actually spend your whole life with this camera.
Et faire une seule chose.
And make just one thing.
Moi, je m'en sers un peu plus comme un gendarme. Un gendarme, oui.
So I really use it more like a gendarme.
Oui, parce que le rapport du gendarme. Voilà. Enfin, les gendarmes font des rapports.
Oh, I'd used it more the way a policeman would write a police report.
Voilà. Je vais très vite.
I go very quickly.
Et il y a des problèmes techniques, bien sûr, puisque on ne peut pas photographier tout le monde.
And of course there are technical problems because you can't photograph everyone.
Mais je vais très vite et les gens ne se rendent pas compte que je fais une photo.
And I work so quickly that people weren't aware that I was taking a photo.
Voilà, donc c'est plutôt la deuxième méthode. Il y avait un photographe en France.
And it was really this second method. There was a photographer in France.
Qui, malheureusement, nous avons perdu beaucoup de ses photos.
And unfortunately, we've lost a lot of his photographs.
Qui faisait tous les faits divers.
Who really
au siècle dernier.
Filmed all the kinds of daily reports you see in the newspaper
oui,
in the previous century.
Il travaillait pour la police.
He worked for the police.
Et c'est pour ça que je dis un rapport de gendarme.
And that's why I refer to this as a kind of police report photography.
C'est en pensant à lui.
Thinking of him.
I was very impressed that actually Raymond says he's walking less, but he's actually still a very heavy walker. I mean, he's a real New York walker. I mean, when he goes to a place to the next, you really have to run behind Raymond. But he also has very precise idea of what he's going to shoot. I mean, it's kind of he sort of scouts in advance where he wants to go, and then he comes like an eagle to the place. And makes the shoot in a rather short time, and then that goes to the lab, which had to perform to be quicker than ever to process the films. And then Raymond sees all the 6 to 10 pictures and okay, that's the one. I mean, I was very impressed by the speed, and probably this is inherited from the time that you were working for the press, probably. But I mean, there's a kind of it's by opposed to other photographers that take weeks, and we know some of them, some of our friends, and on looking at their contact sheets, going back and forth, etc. Raymond is incredibly rapid on these kind of things. The question of the text, I think once the picture was shot, processed, chosen, transmitted, came the question of the text. Est-ce que la question du texte, Raymond, ça a été un enjeu spécial, parce que nous, on voulait reproduire ce qui avait été fait en 1981, mais est-ce que là, tu as senti que le texte était également un enjeu spécial? I wanted to know if the text this time was different than the text he had to produce in 1981.
Je ne pouvais pas refaire la même chose.
I couldn't redo the same thing.
C'est vrai que il y a 35 ans, je parlais beaucoup du manque.
It's true that 35 years ago, I spoke a great deal about what was missing.
Parce que je ratais beaucoup de photos. Et là, j'ai essayé d'être un peu plus optimiste.
This time I tried to be a bit more optimistic.
Tu parlais du manque pour les photos ratées, tu parlais aussi du manque de l'interrogation que tu avais de ne pas être en Afrique, de ne pas être à la ferme pour les moissons. You were also talking about the fact of not being in Africa, not being for the harvest at the family farm while you were being in New York.
À l'époque, j'avais été très impressionné par un écrivain français qui s'appelle Barthes.
At the time, I was very impressed by a French writer named Barthes.
Il avait, dans une revue, parlé des textes qu'on pouvait faire avec les photos.
And he had written in an article in a review about the text that you can write to accompany a photograph.
Et donc il disait ou c'est un texte relais, ou c'est un texte ancrage. Alors je vais préciser, ancrage, c'est-à-dire comme la légende. En français, c'est un ancrage.
Ancrage. The text can either be as a relay, or they can be like a legend, the way we have in a museum.
Caption, oui. Et donc l'idée me plaisait bien du relais.
And I really like the idea of it being a relay.
Alors j'ai alterné, il y a 35 ans, ces deux méthodes.
So 35 years ago, I alternated between these two methods.
Et je me souviens, fallait quand même être un peu fou.
and I remember, and you really had to be a little bit crazy to do this.
Et une petite anecdote, pour vous dire un peu, vous pouvez comprendre bien cette anecdote ici à New York.
And I'm going to recount to you now a short anecdote so that you can see what I mean.
Une jeune femme qui travaillait à Magnum, New York, française.
A young woman who was working at Magnum, New York, a young French woman.
Dominique Lempereur.
Dominique Lempereur, that's her name.
Okay.
Et elle me dit, tu devrais aller faire une photo aux toilettes femmes du magazine Géo.
She suggested that Raymond goes and to the ladies' bathroom at the Géo magazine.
J'ai dit, j'ai rien dit, j'ai dit oui, mais j'ai dit, je vais me faire tuer, quoi.
If I do that, I'll get killed.
Elle me dit, mais il faut que tu ailles faire une photo.
No, you absolutely must make a photo of the ladies' room at Géo magazine.
C'était sur Park Avenue.
It was on Park Avenue.
Je suis monté au magazine Géo sous un prétexte de dire bonjour à des gens que je connaissais pas d'ailleurs.
I went there using as a pretext the fact that I wanted to say hello to some people who I really didn't know anyone there.
Et puis, mais je crois que j'ai jamais eu aussi peur de ma vie.
And I don't think I was ever as scared in my life as I was then.
J'ai prétexté de partir et j'ai fait exprès comme si je me trompais.
And I made a pretext like I wanted to leave, but I made it seem like, oh, I'm mistaken, I made a mistake.
En fait, ce qui était intéressant, c'est qu'il y avait le lavabo.
There was a sink.
Et puis, on voyait toute l'avenue derrière.
And you could see all of the avenue behind the
sink. Avec l'immeuble à l'époque, c'était la Paname.
At that time, it was the Pan Am building.
Et c'est un peu, et d'ailleurs, j'ai jamais compris pourquoi elle était suspendue sur la.
And I never really understood why it was there, suspended over this view.
Donc j'ai dû faire 2 photos très vite.
So I had to make 2 photographs very quickly.
Et je sais pas pourquoi.
And I don't know why.
Il n'y a vraiment aucun rapport, comme quoi nous sommes quelquefois des gens étranges, nous autres, les êtres humains.
And I don't know what possessed me because sometimes human beings behave in a very strange way.
C'était au mois de juillet.
It was in July.
Et j'ai pensé à mes parents.
And I thought about my parents.
Qui faisaient les foins. C'est une période de les foins bien précise à ces moments-là, puisque c'était début juillet.
And this was the time when they would do the haying because it was the beginning of July.
Mes parents étaient toujours vivants, bien sûr.
And my parents were still alive, of course.
Et donc, sur cette photo, j'ai parlé des foins dans la plaine des Dombes en France.
And for this photo, I started to speak about the haying in the area of the Dome in France.
Voilà. Donc c'est paradoxal comme ça, mais ça m'a plu sans doute comme ça que j'avais envie de parler de mes parents.
And it may seem paradoxical that I was speaking about something totally different from the content of the photo, but it pleased me that I was thinking of my parents and the haying.
Ouais, voilà. Donc c'est plusieurs fois j'ai fait comme ça. Voilà.
Yeah, there is no ladies' room in that show. You're going to say, okay? How did it change this time? That we were. I mean, for those who don't know, Raymond did the official portrait of François Hollande, our until next Sunday president. And Raymond loves politics and loves election, has been doing a lot of projects around elections in France. I mean, there you were away for the election, and you had to deal still, because there was the pressure of Libération and your own pressure about talking about the election. So how did you feel about being in New York, walking around New York, and knowing that we had such a challenge electing a president in France? Comment est-ce que tu te sentais d'être à New York au moment où on avait un tel enjeu en France, et toi qui aimes tellement la politique, comment est-ce que tu te sentais d'être si loin de Paris?
Non, je pense que c'était bien d'être à New York pendant la politique.
No, I think it was more the idea of being in New York.
Nous étions obligés un peu de faire 2 photos relatifs aux événements qui se passaient en France, bien sûr. Le vote dans une école à Harlem.
Of course, we were obligated to make at least 2 photos that referred to things that were happening in France. So we did one at a polling place that was in a school in Harlem.
Et puis de trouver un kiosque. Et c'est difficile maintenant, il n'y en a plus beaucoup, de trouver un kiosque avec les journaux américains le lendemain de la...
And also to find a newsstand that had a spread of newspapers the day after the election.
Non, je pense que... Moi, j'ai fait un film très célèbre en France sur le candidat Giscard d'Estaing.
I made a film, a very well-known film in France about Giscard d'Estaing when he was a candidate.
Sur les coulisses.
On the back corridors of behind the scenes.
Je pense que s'il devait y avoir un travail à faire, c'était pas à moi à le faire. Peut-être qu'il fallait le faire il y a 6 mois sur M. Macron ou voilà.
And I think if there was work to be done, it's work that probably should have been done perhaps 6 months ago. You know, start filming Macron then.
Mais c'est vrai que
and you suggest by someone else, not it
and by
it
someone else,
be yourself.
yes.
Ouais. Mais c'est vrai que quand je regarde le film de 1974 que j'ai fait, c'est incroyable la différence, bien sûr, puisque j'étais tout seul avec Giscard d'Estaing le soir de du résultat.
And when I look back at the film that I made of with Giscard in 1984, I really am surprised because the 2 of us were alone. 74. I was really surprised because it was just the 2 of us alone.
Waiting for the result.
Oui. Ça, c'était incroyable, quoi. Mais ce film est resté 27 ans bloqué.
But this film remained unshown for 27 years.
Et donc, il est diffusé. Et juste avant de partir, il était diffusé sur une chaîne de télévision.
And now, of course, it's being shown. And just before leaving to come here, it was broadcast on a television channel.
Et moi, je me suis amusé à zapper, comme ça.
So I had some fun zapping.
C'était intéressant parce que c'est voilà, 2 mondes différents entre le monde d'il y a 40 ans et aujourd'hui.
And it was interesting because it's 2 completely different worlds, what the world was like 40 years ago and what it's like today.
Mais c'est vrai que je peux difficilement décrire le film que j'ai fait en 74, mais c'était les coulisses, j'étais avec lui dans l'intimité.
And it's a little difficult to describe exactly that film that I made with him, but I was in effect backstage with him and off stage with him and alone with him.
Mais il y a toujours quelque chose de commun avec la correspondance new-yorkaise.
But there's still something in common with the correspondence with New York.
Parce que
from New York.
Quand j'ai tourné, il y a plein de scènes du film de Giscard d'Estaing où il est très et c'est comme les histoires de foin de mes parents avec la Park Avenue, c'est-à-dire il est tout seul et il est très en colère contre plein de choses et on se dit mais mon Dieu, il est président de la République et il est en colère contre un homme et il téléphone à un autre homme. Vous voyez, c'est ça qui est formidable dans l'image et le son. C'est qu'il y a toujours cette relation extrêmement compliquée. Je ne sais pas si vous arrivez à
And
ça.
I think, you know, there really is a relationship between there is a correspondence between these, because just as I had the idea of my parents and the hay, you know, rolling the hay, at that time in relation to one photo, there too I saw, you know, here you had someone who was the president of France, and at the same time he's talking on a phone, he's yelling at someone, he's, you know, unhappy, and it's a very contrasted scene, what he's doing behind the scenes from what he is as president. And I think this is something that's what's the most interesting about this.
Raymond is too modest to tell you that actually the two of us were watching the result at 8 o'clock the Sunday night in different places, but the two of us noticed that not only 2 minutes after they announced Emmanuel Macron is elected, they said, that makes us think about Raymond Depardon's film about Giscard d'Estaing. Anyway, so it's quite a famous film. I lost my question. Fuck. I go to the next question. Est-ce que tu penses que avec il y avait une grosse différence peut-être entre 1981 et 2017, c'est que 1981 tu es venu dans un état amoureux, ça c'est la question glamoureuse française. I mean in 1981 there's a big major difference with 2017 is that which is a glamorous Frenchy question. You came in love for somebody to New York. So, do you think that changed your perception of New York at the time and now?
Oui, bien sûr.
Yes, of course.
C'est vrai que je me souviens de cette petite anecdote de la deuxième photo dans la correspondance new-yorkaise de 81.
Yes, I remember this anecdote connected with the second photo in the 1981.
Et en fait, à l'époque, je ne savais pas quoi écrire sur mes photos.
And at that time, I really didn't know what to write about my photos.
Mais j'avais déjà fait un livre qui s'appelle Notes.
But I had already made a book which was called Notes,
qui était un livre que j'avais fait à Beyrouth et en Afghanistan,
which was a book that I had made in Beirut and Afghanistan,
où j'avais déjà fait ce rapport avec le photojournaliste et le texte.
where I had already made this, demonstrated this relationship between the journalistic photograph and the text.
Et ça avait été un voyage incroyable puisque j'avais été le premier photographe à partir en Afghanistan.
And it was actually an amazing trip because I was really the first photographer to set out for Afghanistan.
Et comme je ne parle pas bien anglais, j'avais dit, est-ce que je ne peux pas avoir un Afghan qui me parle français?
And since I don't speak English very well, I asked, would it be possible for me to speak with an Afghan who spoke French?
Et il m'avait donné le commandant Massoud.
And they gave me Commandant Massoud.
Who was not commandant at the time.
Oui, à l'époque. Et
there's a very funny picture where you see the Commandant Massoud pulling the l'âne, the donkey, and Raymond sitting on the donkey.
Oui, oui. Et en fait, j'étais dans une situation de chagrin d'amour.
And right, I was in the throes of romance at that point.
Et ça se voyait dans le texte, bien sûr.
And of course, you can see this in the text.
Et donc j'alternais des textes un petit peu, je pourrais dire, un peu malheureux.
So I really alternated the text between some that were a little unhappy.
Et puis quelquefois très très heureux, puisque j'étais là-bas dans les montagnes avec Massoud, et tout ça était formidable.
And others that were absolutely happy because there I was in the mountains with Massoud.
Et ce livre a été publié par une collection de poésie à Paris, en retour.
And this book was published with a collection of poems, poetry, in Paris.
Et ça avait fait beaucoup de bruit dans le milieu de la photographie.
And there had been a lot of talk about it in the world of photography.
Parce que beaucoup de photographes journalistes m'avaient dit « tu n'as pas le droit de faire ça ».
Because a lot of journalistic photographers said, you have no right to do that.
Et je me suis dit, tiens, j'ai appuyé là au bon endroit.
And I knew at that point that I knew at that moment that I had hit the right spot.
Parce qu'en fait, bon, voilà, j'étais envoyé par personne, mais j'avais fait, sans le savoir, j'avais fait un scoop incroyable.
So I didn't realize it, but I had made this incredible scoop at the time.
Et ça a été une rupture avec le photojournaliste traditionnel.
And this really marked a break, a rupture with traditional journalistic photography.
Les photos ont été publiées dans Life même d'ailleurs.
And the photos were published in Life magazine,
Paris Match et tout ça.
Paris Match and others.
Mais je savais que les vraies photos, c'était cette histoire de mon chagrin qui disparaissait au fur et à mesure que mon voyage avançait.
But I really understood that the real photos were the ones that were connected with my own turmoil and my own as the trip went on, as time progressed.
Parce que j'étais de plus en plus heureux et de moins en moins malheureux.
Because I was increasingly more happy and less unhappy.
Et donc voilà. Et sur la correspondance new-yorkaise, il y a un petit coup de note là. Quand je vais à la Statue de la Liberté, le deuxième jour.
And in correspondence new-yorkaise, there's a note on the photo of the Statue of Liberty that I took of the Statue of Liberty, which I did on the second day.
Voilà. Je me suis disputé avec une autre femme. Voilà.
I had an argument with another woman.
Et puis, je sais pas, il pleuvait, voilà.
It was raining, I don't know.
Il y a des jours comme ça.
There are days like that.
Et j'ai écrit, c'est une très jolie photo d'ailleurs, le ferry revient sur batterie, là, on voit les tours d'ailleurs à l'époque encore. Le ferry revient
And it's a very nice photo because you see the ferry going back towards the Twin Towers, which were still standing at that point.
Il y a 3 silhouettes sur le bateau comme ça.
And there were 3 silhouettes on the returning ferry boat.
Et j'ai écrit, je sais pas ce que je fais là.
And I wrote, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Et alors, voilà, je sais plus quoi encore, plein de choses. Et alors, quand la photo a été publiée, parce qu'ils n'ont rien touché à Libération Paris, bien sûr.
And then when the photo was published, and they didn't make any changes to it when it was published in Libération.
Il y a plein de lecteurs qui ont écrit au journal, qui ont dit, mais si Raymond est triste à New York, on prend sa place. On prend sa place. On va prendre sa place.
A lot of people wrote to Libération.
A lot of people wrote to him and said, if Raymond is unhappy in New York, there are a lot of people who would take his place.
Oui, parce que là, vraiment, je voyais que j'avais attaqué le mythe de New York.
And I think at that point I realized that I had attacked the myth of New York.
Et surtout à cette époque.
And especially at that time.
On ne peut pas dire du mal de New York.
You couldn't say anything bad about New York.
Forcément, un Français est heureux à New York.
By definition, a French person had to be happy in New York.
Et surtout à cette époque.
Especially at that time.
Oh, there's more and more French people around. You also explained that this trip in 1981 was a great influence on you, on your approach to American photography and what American photography brought to you, especially the color photographers. And you also say that in your captions that this is also where you thought that you were going to shoot the film Fait d'hiver. Yeah. So I mean, it's an incredible, very it stimulated you very much at that time. Can you explain about, especially the American photography and your relationship to it?
Oui.
Est-ce que tu peux expliquer la relation à la photographie américaine dont tu dis que tu as été influencé à ce moment-là?
Ben, c'est-à-dire que je pense que le photojournaliste arrivait à ces moments à des limites l'imitation de...
I think that journalistic photography at that point had reached its limits.
C'est-à-dire le grand photographe silencieux qui disparaît. Voilà, moi j'ai perdu des amis, notamment Gilles Caron, quoi.
And they were, thinking of the great photographers who were always remaining very silent.
Beaucoup de photographes.
And a lot of
And a lot
photojournalists
who-
disappeared,
who-
especially his friend Gilles Caron, whom he created Gamma with.
And who died, yes.
Donc oui, j'évoluais, je me disais, mais quand même, parce que je faisais du cinéma aussi, un petit peu aussi.
And of course I evolved. I was in the process of evolving and I was making films as well.
Et il y avait des expériences très très intéressantes ici dans les années 60-70 avec les cinéastes américains comme Pennebaker, les frères Mesself, beaucoup de cinéastes de cinéma direct ici étaient très en avance sur l'Europe.
And during that time, I had a lot of really very interesting experiences with a lot of American filmmakers at that time because I think they were much further in advance, much more in advance than the European filmmakers were.
En France, il y avait deux cinéastes importants qui ont été très importants pour moi, c'était des amis, c'est Chris Marker et Jean Rouch aussi.
The two, Chris Marker and Jean Rouch, were the two French filmmakers who were both friends but who also were important influences on me.
Et il me semblait plus en avance ces cinéastes que les photographes.
And I think they were more in advance. They were more advanced as filmmakers than the
French
photographers were.
filmmakers.
The
Oui,
French-
il y avait quand même on voulait savoir qui était derrière l'appareil photo, qui était derrière la caméra. Quand même.
At that point, you wanted to know who was behind the camera, who was behind it.
Un photographe, c'est un être humain.
A photographer is a human being.
D'ailleurs, je me souviens que il y avait une très bonne picture editor ici à New York qui s'appelait Carole Kishmarik. Carole Kishmarik.
Kishmarik, there was
Oui,
a very important picture editor.
Elle m'avait dit que c'était quand même un peu so French, mon truc.
And the comment that this film picture editor made was, your stuff is so French.
Mais j'ai remarqué que, je pense, vers l'an 2000, Time a fait un double issue à la fin de l'année, il y a quelques années, il y a 10 ans, 15 ans, un très gros numéro comme ça.
And I noticed that around the year 2000, Time put out a double issue.
Et a demandé à tous les photographes qui avaient fait des photos dans ce numéro
Ask to all
and
photographers
asked all the
that had
photographers
picture in
to
that
have a picture
issue.
in it,
pas des légendes,
but without captions,
des vrais textes.
with real texts.
Des textes des photographes du Soudan, de Syrie, de partout dans le monde.
And these were texts by photographers who were shot in Sudan and Syria, everywhere in the world.
Parce que souvent, les photographes ont beaucoup de choses à dire.
Because very often photographers have a lot to say.
Oui. Il y avait un photographe en France qui était fantastique, le plus bavard, plus que moi encore.
And there was a French photographer, absolutely fantastic, who was even more talkative than I am,
C'était Doineau.
which was Doineau.
C'était incroyable. Il racontait des histoires de Paris tout le temps. Et c'était un grand conteur, quoi. Mais il y en a beaucoup d'autres aussi qui sont Henri Cartier-Bresson aussi, bien sûr.
And he was amazing because he could go on and on telling you stories about Paris and what was happening. He wasn't the only one. Henri Cartier-Bresson was also another in the same genre.
J'ai peut-être pas répondu à ta question.
C'est exactement ce que j'allais dire. Exactly what I was going to say. You did not answer the question. But I mean, when did color photography came in evidence and large format photography became in evidence for you?
Oui, je crois, oui.
Quand est-ce que c'est devenu évident?
C'est Claudine qui m'a poussé beaucoup pour la couleur.
Your wife.
My wife.
And a great sound director.
Oui, parce que je crois que je suis assez naïf en couleur. Au sens, je ne suis pas un coloriste comme certains photographes.
It was really my wife Claudine who pushed me towards color. And I think with regard to color, I was a bit naive because I'm not a natural colorist.
Mais du coup, j'ai de la chance parce que la couleur me renvoie bien des choses magnifiques.
But I was lucky because color shows me magnificent things.
Et ça correspond peut-être, quelquefois, je crois que ça correspond mieux à ma personnalité, la couleur.
I think it really corresponds more to my personality.
Parce que je ne suis pas quelqu'un de triste.
Because I'm not basically a sad person.
J'aime profondément la vie, bien sûr.
I very deeply love life.
Et c'est vrai qu'on le voit très bien sur la France.
And you can see it very well in La France.
Et quand je suis parti tout de suite après l'an 2000 faire ce travail sur la France,
And when I left shortly after the year 2000 to begin work on La France,
j'ai eu un choc, bien sûr.
I had a shock, of course.
Parce que tout le monde croyait que la France était une éternelle petit village, tout allait bien.
And everyone thought that France was this eternal little village where everything was going really well.
Et j'ai vu une France très divisée, assez malheureuse pour certaines régions.
And what I found was a France that was really very divided and really areas of great unhappiness.
Et je me suis confié à un ami journaliste d'un grand quotidien du soir, Le Monde.
And I confided in a journalist friend of mine, a journalist from Le Monde.
Et il m'a dit, c'est pas possible ce que tu racontes, nous on le saurait.
And what he told me was, what you're telling me is impossible because we would know this.
Et voilà, la situation est toujours un peu la même.
And I think the situation is still a little bit the same.
Moi, je suis plutôt optimiste parce que j'ai vu des changements depuis.
I'm still rather optimistic because I've seen changes since then.
Tout doucement, ça bouge.
Very, very slowly, gently, it's moving along.
Et un peu comme le monde rural, c'est les femmes qui changent les choses.
And I think a little bit, especially in the rural world, it's the women who change things.
Elles ne veulent pas rejoindre les villes, elles veulent rester dans ces petits villages.
They don't want to go to the big cities. They want to stay in their little villages.
On voit des transformations incroyables, des capteurs solaires, des aménagements très modernes maintenant.
And you see amazing transformations. You see solar panels on the buildings and all kinds of technology.
Et ça bouge quand même, bien. Mais ça va demander du temps. Voilà.
And things are really moving for the better in the rural world.
C'est pour ça qu'il faut photographier cette France en couleur.
And that's why it was important to photograph that France in color.
Parce qu'elle est quand même très belle. Mais c'est la même chose pour les États-Unis, je pense. C'est la même chose si j'allais me promener dans ce magnifique territoire que je connais un peu. J'aurais la même impression. C'est-à-dire qu'une impression de grande nature, d'incroyablement beau territoire, quoi.
And I think that for me it was important to film that France in color, the same as it would be to do it here in the U.S. I know the country a little bit, and to film these or to photograph these vast landscapes, these beautiful landscapes, is very important.
Mais c'est vrai qu'on rencontre beaucoup de gens très en colère là-bas.
But it's true that you find a lot of people who are very angry there.
Ça, c'est en France comme je pense comme aux États-Unis. C'est un phénomène un peu nouveau, mais peut-être que ça va changer.
And I think this anger, it's something that's true in France as it is in the U.S., but I think it's something that may change.
That's going to be my last question about photography and that project, but I mean, as you still not quite have said everything, when you moved to color, it was the time that other photographers would move to digital, and at that time you moved to large format. When everyone was starting to speed more, you've been slowing down.
Vous êtes toujours dans le contre-courant.
Can you explain yourself, Raymond Depardon?
Il y a beaucoup de gens qui posent la question à Claudine si je fais le digital.
A lot of people ask my wife Claudine, do I do digital?
Et alors elle répond, attendez, il arrive à la couleur seulement.
And she always answers, yes, he's just gotten to color.
Non, mais je crois que la couleur, peut-être vieillissant, peut-être devenant un vieux monsieur, je trouve que la couleur est formidable, notamment la couleur Kodak, bien sûr.
And I think, and perhaps this is a function of being older now, but I really think that color is amazing, particularly the Kodak color.
Mais ça me permet de rencontrer des gens formidables comme voilà, Auguste et Jeff, qui travaillent ici, qui sont des scanners, qui sont sur des machines numériques et qui sont très proches, en fait, finalement, du travail traditionnel du photographe, quoi.
But yet I still am able to encounter people like Auguste and Joseph who are scanners and they're working in the digital world, which really isn't that far away from what was done before.
Raymond, before we leave the floor to the public to questions, so please think about your questions and prepare them and be ready to. I'm not too worried in America. You raise hands. In France, never one raise hands. But, so please get prepared. Je vais passer le micro après à la salle, mais juste le temps qu'ils réfléchissent à leurs questions. Est-ce que tu peux nous dire peut-être 2 mots du film que tu vas présenter à Cannes, que tu viens de boucler, qui doit être plus que ton 20e film, je crois, entre les documentaires et les fictions?
This is, could you please say a few words about the film that's going to be shown at Cannes in 2 weeks? I think this is your 20th film.
Oui, c'est un film que j'ai tourné dans un hôpital psychiatrique à Lyon.
It's a film that I shot in a psychiatric hospital in Lyon.
Et c'est une nouvelle loi qui fait que les patients hospitalisés sans consentement
And it's because of a new law affecting people who are hospitalized without their consent.
voilà, doivent passer devant un juge avant 12 jours.
And they have to, if that's the case, they have to appear before a judge within 12 days.
Pour voir si la procédure est respectée.
To see if the appropriate procedure was followed.
Et donc c'est un film assez impressionnant, bien sûr. C'est des gens. Tout le problème de faire un film comme ça, c'est de respecter les choses, quoi, de respecter les gens.
And it's an impressive kind of film to make, but the most important factor is to really respect the people who are in it.
Moi, bizarrement, quelque chose me sépare bien de la photo et du cinéma.
And strangely enough, there's something that really gives me that separation between cinema and photography.
C'est le son.
It's sound.
Et c'est vrai que c'est les gens qui parlent qui m'intéressent.
It's people who are talking who interest me.
Et leurs paroles, les mots.
Their words, what they're saying.
Ici aux États-Unis, vous avez eu un très très grand sociologue.
Here in the U.S., you had a very important sociologist.
C'est Erving Goffman.
Irving Goffman.
Moi, il m'a tout appris.
He taught me everything.
Il y avait un grand psychiatre en Italie qui s'appelait Basaglia.
And there was also an important psychiatrist in Italy, Basaglia.
Et il m'avait dit, il faut que tu lises Erving Goffman.
And he was the one who told me that I needed to speak with Irving Goffman.
Et il y a aussi des gens qui m'ont beaucoup aidé ici aux États-Unis, que vous connaissez peut-être un peu, c'est les chercheurs de Palo Alto.
And also there were some people here in the U.S. who really helped me. Perhaps they had already known me. These were researchers in Palo Alto.
C'était des gens, c'était un laboratoire incroyable qui donnait raison à cette parole qu'on enregistre une seule fois, qui se répète jamais et qui est dit par des gens souvent en difficulté.
And what they did was they would give rationality to these words that were spoken by these people, often only once.
Et c'est surtout donner de la valeur à cette qualité de parole qui est dite dans des circonstances précises. Comme ça.
And it was a way of giving value to the quality of these words that were spoken in this very specific situation.
Donc mon but dans le film que je viens de tourner, c'était de bien écouter les gens.
And my purpose in making this film was to really listen to these people.
J'ai une phrase comme ça qui est un peu archaïque, mais vous allez comprendre pourquoi. Je dis dégager l'écoute. C'est-à-dire que quand je filme, je bouge pas, je zoome pas, je garde les plans assez longs pour qu'on écoute bien les gens.
And I think I'm going to say something that may sound a little old-fashioned to you, but it's really that I want to engage my powers of listening. And so when I'm filming, I remain very still. The sound is limited so that I can actually hear what is being said.
And you never zoom into the image or whatever.
Zoom.
I mean, so you dedicate the attention
Mais
to the sound.
Les chercheurs de Palo Alto, ils avaient beaucoup d'humour sur nous aussi.
And you know, the researchers in Palo Alto, they found a lot of humor in this too.
Ils disaient une personne normale répète 7 fois la même chose.
They said a normal person would repeat the same thing 7 times.
Je vais éviter de répéter 7 fois la même chose.
Ça va, pour l'instant, c'est bon.
So it's important to avoid repeating things 7
So
times.
far, so good. Merci beaucoup. Le film sort en novembre, je crois, hein, c'est ça? Oui, novembre. À part ceux qui ont la chance de le voir à Cannes, c'est à quelle date?
25 mai.
25 mai.
May 20. The film will be shown May 25th in Cannes.
What's the title?
Le titre?
12 jours.
12 days.
Est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Is there any question for Raymond? I knew. Yes, thank you. Yeah, there's a microphone coming next to you. Okay.
Monsieur Depardon, je sais que vous avez commencé la photo très très jeune. Ma question, qu'est-ce qui vous a poussé vers la photographie? Était-ce les intrigues de l'appareil, ou vous avez regardé des grands photographes, ou vous avez vu quelques jolies photos?
The question concerns, since Monsieur Depardon began as a photographer at a very early age, what was it that was the original impulse for him to become interested? Was it some fascination with the equipment? Was it some wonderful photos that he had seen? What was at the origin of his interest?
C'est difficile à répondre. Mais je sais que j'ai eu beaucoup de chance parce que j'avais des parents très très doux.
I think it's a difficult question to ask, but I had parents who were really very, very calm, nice people. Sweet.
Et d'ailleurs, mon père avait le même âge que Walker Evans.
And my father was the same age as Walker Evans.
Et que le cinéaste Ozu.
And at the same age as the Japanese filmmaker Ozu.
Qui sont deux doux, très doux. Deux auteurs très doux.
Who are actually very, very also this very kind of sweet, calm creators.
Je crois qu'ils ont vu, mes parents, bien avant moi, que je n'allais pas reprendre l'exploitation familiale.
And I think that they saw long before my parents did that I was not going to take over the family farm.
Moi, j'étais très embêté parce que forcément, je n'étais un très mauvais fils de paysan.
And you know, I just really wasn't interested. I was a very bad son of a peasant.
Et eux, ils disaient rien.
And they didn't say anything.
Et ils cherchaient d'où pouvait venir cette passion.
And they were trying to figure out where this passion came from.
Alors ils ont trouvé un grand-oncle qui était monté à la Foire universelle de Paris en 1900.
And they found a great uncle who had actually had an exhibition at the 1900.
No, he didn't have an exhibition. He went to the Universal Exhibition.
He went to the 1900 International Exposition.
Et qui était curieux.
He was curious.
Donc peut-être la vraie réponse d'abord, c'est la curiosité.
So perhaps the real answer to your question is curiosity.
Voilà.
Another question? I think we have here first and then here. Okay? Thank you.
Bonsoir, il faut se lever. Je voulais vous poser une question sur l'avenir de la photographie, compte tenu de l'ère digitale, de la transformation digitale, du fait que en fait, de plus en plus de personnes ont accès en fait, à la photographie. Comment vous voyez en fait, la suite? Où va-t-on, d'une certaine manière?
The question concerns the future of photography, specifically because photography has become so digital. What do you see as the future?
Oui. Non, je vois que New York est un peu comme à Paris. C'est-à-dire on est dans une période un peu entre les deux, entre l'art contemporain et le style documentaire.
I think that New York is a little bit like Paris in the sense that we're sort of in between the documentary art and the documentary style and contemporary art.
Le style documentaire,
c'est encore documentary style and contemporary art.
C'est-à-dire que je pense que effectivement il y a beaucoup dans l'art contemporain il y a beaucoup de choses très intéressantes.
And I think in contemporary art there are a lot of really interesting things.
Moi, j'aurais 20 ans ou 25 ans aujourd'hui, je pense que je me poserais les mêmes questions que les jeunes auteurs, artistes d'aujourd'hui, quoi.
And I think if I were 20 or 25 today, I would probably be asking the same question that the young artists are asking now.
L'image fixe, l'image en mouvement.
A fixed image, a moving image.
Tout ce qui peut, l'installation.
Everything that's part of an installation.
Mais néanmoins, je pense que le documentaire n'est pas fini.
But I think the documentary style isn't over yet. It's not finished yet.
Il y a peut-être une nouvelle approche.
Perhaps a new approach.
Moi, je fais ça en cinéma surtout, des fois, bien sûr.
I do this in film.
Je reste 3 mois, très, très longtemps dans une pièce.
I can stay 3 months in the same room.
Donc, il y a encore des choses à faire, bien sûr.
There are still things to be done, of course.
Mais c'est vrai que de plus en plus, les musées sont les commanditaires maintenant.
But what's happening now is that museums are more and more frequently those who are commissioning the works.
Il y a à Paris un musée que je travaille beaucoup pour eux parce que c'est des gens formidables.
And there's a museum in Paris that I work for quite often because the people there are amazing.
C'est la Fondation Cartier pour l'art contemporain.
It's the Cartier Foundation for Contemporary Art.
Quelquefois, ils m'ont envoyé dans des endroits que même Paris Match ne m'avait jamais envoyé.
And sometimes they send me to places that not even Paris Match would have sent me to.
Je me souviens un jour, je suis parti au Chili du Sud.
I remember once leaving for southern Chile.
Trouver 10 femmes, 10 personnes Kaweskar, les derniers descendants des Indiens.
To find the last 10 surviving people of the Kawaska, native people.
Et quand vous voyez les distances du sud du Chili, ça donne le vertige un peu.
And when you see the distances in southern Chile, it can make you dizzy.
Tout ça pour une exposition avec Paul Virilio sur la disparition des langues, sur la confrontation de la terre natale.
And all of this was done simply for the purposes of an exhibition with Paul Virilio about the disappearance of language and the native territories.
Donc, je crois que j'ose espérer que la situation est toujours intéressante de partout.
I dare to think that the situation is interesting a little bit everywhere.
Et qu'on fasse en numérique ou en argentique, c'est la même chose.
And whether it's done digitally or on film, it's the same.
We had a question here. Non, on va enregistrer comme it's being taped, so we need to. Thank you.
Bonsoir. J'ai donc une petite question à vous poser. En fait, en tant qu'expatrié à New York, aujourd'hui. Je suis très honoré de vous voir ici et pas en France. Et je me demandais si vous aviez, dans vos voyages, trouvé des endroits où vous vous seriez senti autant à la maison qu'en France. Est-ce que votre amour de la France, vous pourriez le retrouver ici aux États-Unis ou ailleurs?
It's a question asked as a French expat here in New York. When you come here to New York, do you think that there are places here that you would love as much as there are places that you love in France?
Moi, je pense que j'ai beaucoup voyagé. Et je pense que c'est comme ça que j'ai mieux refotographié la France dans le voyage. Parce que, en fait, quand je racontais tout à l'heure l'histoire de Park Avenue, c'est la vérité. C'est que peut-être dans la bêtise humaine qui est la mienne, il a fallu que je vienne photographier Park Avenue pour penser au foin de mes parents. Voilà. Donc, en fait, quelquefois... Je sais pas, allez-y.
It's true, I've traveled a great deal, and I think, and I matured as a photographer as I was taking pictures. So when I was telling you this story before about filming Park Avenue, but thinking of my parents, that was that situation that enabled me to do that.
Donc il faut... c'est vrai que... quelquefois, on est très près des gens, très près des choses, et on a du mal à les photographier.
Sometimes you're very close to people and you're very close to things and you have a hard time photographing them.
Par exemple, notamment, prenons un sujet que j'appelle moi un peu tarte à la crème pour moi, c'est le monde des paysans, par exemple.
And I think for me, I take it, for example, a subject that would be something that would be a piece of fluff for me, like the world of the peasant.
Donc je suis parti dans le monde entier, voilà. Et je suis revenu un jour et mes parents n'étaient plus là.
And I went out, I traveled all over the world, and then one day I came back and my parents weren't there anymore.
Bon, voilà, c'est comme tout le monde, ça existe à tout le monde, ça. Je me suis marié, j'ai eu des enfants, j'ai continué à travailler.
And, this happens to everyone. And then I got married and I had children. I continued to work.
Et peut-être vers 50 ans.
And perhaps around age 50.
Oui, 50 ans, par là. 55 ans.
55.
Et je me suis dit, il faut faire un film sur les paysans.
I told myself, I have to make a film about peasants.
Les responsables des chaînes, télévision, de Canal+, tout ça, m'ont dit ça n'a aucun intérêt, les histoires de paysans.
And the management at the TV channels, Canal+, said, there's absolutely no interest in a film about peasants, rural life.
Et même j'ai été voir la Fondation de France, etc., des spécialistes, tout ça.
And I went to see the French Foundation, a specialist, and no response.
Et tout le monde me répondait, Raymond, tu es gentil, mais le monde de tes parents, de ton enfance, c'est terminé.
And people said to me, Raymond, you're nice, but the world of your childhood and the world of your parents, it doesn't exist anymore, it's gone.
Et alors j'ai eu la chance de répondre à une commande d'un journal, un journal agricole, Le Pèlerin. Ça, il faut inventer ce journal. Il a un très fort tirage.
But I was lucky because I received a commission from an agricultural publication which was called Pèlerin, Pilgrim.
Il est très connu parce qu'il a des annonces pour les paysans.
And it's very well known.
Les annonces de mariage.
Because it has marriage announcements for rural people, peasants.
Et donc ils m'ont envoyé dans des régions que je connaissais pas, d'ailleurs, la Dordogne et la Haute-Saône.
And they sent me to places that I didn't know really well, like the Dordogne or the Haute-Saône.
Et là, ça a été ma surprise quand même.
And that was the surprise for me.
C'est-à-dire que, non, la ferme de mon enfance était toujours là, quoi.
And the farm from my childhood was still there.
Et alors j'ai compris pourquoi, parce qu'il fallait comprendre pourquoi. C'est parce que bien sûr, l'agriculture française était très moderne, il y a 20 ans, bien sûr. Mais c'était à cause de l'altitude.
And I think it's important to understand why, because after all, we're speaking of French agriculture, and here it was a question of altitude.
C'est-à-dire vers 800 mètres, 1000 mètres, dans ces massifs-là de 800 mètres, les fermes n'avaient pas bougé. Parce que l'agriculture moderne, intensive, ne pouvait pas venir là. C'était trop accidenté. Le terrain était trop accidenté.
And the reason why is because in that region you have the massif, and when you go up 800 meters or 1,000 meters, intensive agriculture is not possible. You cannot perform intensive agriculture there.
Je ne connais pas assez bien les États-Unis, mais je pense qu'il y a le même un peu phénomène dans les Appalaches ici.
I don't know the U.S. that well, but I think probably the same phenomenon occurs in the Appalachians.
Et donc, j'ai dit, je veux faire un film sur 10 ans.
So I said, I'm going to make a film about 10 years.
Et on m'a dit, c'est pas possible.
And they said, no, that's not possible.
Mais on m'a dit, mais fais-en 3.
But they said, so how about making it for over 3 years?
No, 3 films.
3 films. Oh, 3 films. 3 films, pardon.
Et le dernier s'appelle La vie moderne.
And the last would be entitled Modern Life.
Et il a eu tous les prix.
And it won all the prizes.
Il a fait 350 000 spectateurs.
350 000. There were 350,000 entries.
Il a 65 plans.
65. It has 65 shots.
Et il est magnifique.
And it's magnificent.
Il a été tourné beaucoup avec les gens dans les Cévennes.
And it was shot with a lot with the people from the Cévennes.
Et c'était pas du tout ma famille.
And this was not at all my family.
Mais je suis retourné, j'y retourne tout le temps.
But I kept going back. I go back all the time.
C'est devenu ma nouvelle famille.
And now they've become my family.
Et ces gens sont formidables, bien sûr.
And these are amazing people.
Voilà, donc il n'y a pas de morale à cette histoire, mais je pense que chaque photographe a une histoire à raconter.
There's no real moral to the story I've just told you, but I think each photographer has a story to tell.
Elle existe.
It exists.
Peut-être que je l'ai rêvé ici, à New York.
Maybe I've awakened them here in New York.
Parce que, en fait, je sais qu'à New York, par exemple, ou dans le désert, c'est presque la même chose pour moi.
Because I think in New York or in the desert, it's almost the same thing for me.
Je vois bien les choses comme ça. On les voit bien, comment on peut faire un film, comment on peut travailler, voilà.
I can see things really well, how to make the film, how to put it together.
Et je sais que quand je marchais dans les rues de New York, et Dieu sait si on marche ici,
and I know that when I walk in the streets of New York,
on a des idées que je n'aurais pas eues en France.
And when I'm walking around New York, I have ideas that I would have never had in France.
Et ce que je veux dire, c'est que je dois quelque chose aux photographes américains.
And what I want to say is that I really owe something to American photographers.
Parce que quand j'ai commencé à faire les photos et les films sur les Français, là,
when I started to make films and to photograph France.
Donc on m'a dit aussi n'importe comment, tout ça c'était un monde qui était très rattaché pendant la guerre à un général que vous connaissez peut-être de nom qui s'appelle le général Pétain. Maréchal Pétain.
You might know that in this particular part of the world, there were a lot of people there who were very attached to Marshal Pétain in that region.
Et par contre, j'avais vu des grandes photos que vous connaissez tous de Walker Evans sur des gens dans l'Alabama, bien sûr, pendant la dépression.
And I know that all of you have probably seen the photographs by Walker Evans of people during the Depression.
Ou d'autres photographes, bien sûr.
Or other photographers.
Bien sûr. Mais je me suis dit, pourquoi les Américains, photographes américains, dans les années 30 puis dans les années 50, peuvent photographier leur ruralité, qui est en fait assez proche de la ruralité française. On a tous les mêmes ruralités, bien sûr.
And so I asked, well, why was it that photographers in the 1930s and 40s were able to photograph the rural America?
Donc, pourquoi ils peuvent photographier? Donc voilà, je me suis dit, il suffit de vouloir, quoi. Et c'est peut-être aussi de les photographier, c'est un peu la même chose, toujours comment on photographie les gens dans la vie, comment on les filme. Il faut bien faire attention, il faut avoir la bonne distance. Je pense que Walker Evans, visiblement, il avait la très bonne distance quand il a photographié ces métayers de l'Alabama.
And I think the reason why they filmed that rurality was because they wanted to. It was something that they wanted to do. And I think this is true also if you're going to be photographing people. It's something that you have to do, pay attention to it while you're doing it, and also maintain the proper distance from the people that you're photographing. And this was definitely true of Walker Evans in the photographs that he took of the people in Alabama.
We're all very curious about what this trip to New York will have inspired you for your next project. So I think this is not our last rendezvous at the FIAF. On est très curieux de savoir ce que ce voyage à New York va t'inspirer comme nouveau projet.
Oui,
et en tous les cas, on te remercie beaucoup d'avoir pris ce temps et on va aller découvrir le résultat de cette performance. Thank you very much for your time and we're now going to move to the performance. Thank you very much. Et merci au FIAF.